Hi guys, Mrs. M here again, back for another recipe. So remember the 5th of November, it's bonfire night coming up. So we're today going to do a Parkin, which is a traditional gingery cake, which is normally eaten around this time of year. Very sticky, very nice. So let's get started and show you the ingredients. As normal, wash our hands, warm soapy water, mine all done. Let's get started. Right guys, so we start off with 100 grams of self-raising flour in the middle there. We have 2 tablespoons of ground ginger, which is at the back. We then have half a teaspoon of the ground nutmeg and the mixed spice. We then have 80 grams of the oat flakes over there in the orange bowl. We then have 175 grams of golden syrup and 50 grams of the black treacle. That's at the back there too. We then have 100 grams of unsalted butter, which you can see in the front here. 100 grams of the soft brown sugar in the yellow bowl. We then have 1 egg and we have 2 teaspoons of milk. Right, as you can hear, oven in the background whirring. You want it set to 140 degrees C. Let's get started. Right guys, so first things first, we need to sift our flour into our bowl. So let's do that. So this recipe is especially for my husband because he's from Yorkshire and it's eaten quite a lot there apparently, and it's one of his favourite cakes, along with a carrot cake, which I'm guessing I'm going to have to do one of those soon, as he will moan that I haven't done him a carrot cake recipe. Like I said, feel free to comment and let me know if there's any favourite cakes and things you'd like me to try and recipes to find for you. Quite happy to give those all a go. Any excuse to get baking, you know me. Right, let's get rid of that last little bit. Right, then into there we want to put just a little pinch of salt. Now I didn't put that on the ingredients, just simply because it is literally a pinch. Just want a tiny little bit. So, little pinch of salt. Then we need all our spices, so our nutmeg, our ginger, and our mixed spice. We want to put those all in the bowl. So, where are we? Half a teaspoon of the nutmeg and the mixed spice. Oh look, brand new. So nutmeg, there we go, half a teaspoon. Then your mixed, oh that smells lovely, mixed spice, half a teaspoon of that as well in there. And then we need 2 tablespoons, so that's the big ones, of the ground ginger. So there's 1. And there's 2. Right. Maybe a little bit more for good measure. Right. So then into that we need to just give that a little mix, and into that we need to add our oat flakes. Give that a quick mix round. There we go, and then we're going to add our oat flakes in. So here are our oat flakes. Just normal standard oat flakes, nothing fancy. Doesn't have to be branded. There we go. So that is our dry ingredients. So now what we need to do, I'm going to give you a little trick here. So we've got to use black treacle. Now if you stand the tin in some hot water, it's a lot easier to get out. You would normally do it with the golden syrup as well, but I've cheated and I've got squeezy golden syrup. So give me 2 seconds and I'm going to transfer you over to the saucepan where we're going to do some more things. So at this point, guys, we want to put in our sugar all of that. Our butter. There it goes. Our syrup and our treacle. So we need 175 grams of syrup. I'm just going to measure that out quick. Add that into our pot. Look at that. Luscious. Beautiful, lovely and sticky. You can tell this one's going to be a sticky, luscious recipe. Not good if you're on a diet, I wouldn't say. Then we need 50 grams of the black treacle. So let's open this one. And like I said, this has been stood in water, so hopefully it will make it a little easier to come out. Let's give it a try. Whoop. Spill it everywhere. There we go. And then we want our black treacle in there as well. Ooh, lovely. That is definitely a sticky one. Right, and then what you want to do is you want to have that over low heat. And you want to melt it down. Put the lid back on my treacle. You want to bring this mixture up to a simmer, but do not let it boil, okay? So we want to melt it all together. As you can see, look, it's starting to melt. Oh, this is going to be lush. They say a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. My husband likes, as well as you guys, obviously not just my husband. Right, so that's gently mixing in, butter's gently melting. Let's give a bit of tidy up while that's all coming together. Keep that going. You want to wait till all of that is completely combined. Bring it up to a simmer. And and then I'll show you in the next part of the recipe. So everyone, now that's all combined and brought up to a simmer, you want to add that to your oat and dry ingredients mixture, making sure you scrape everything out the bottom of your saucepan. Right, and then you want to give that a mix, like so. Oh, the smell is to die for. Reminds me of Christmas as well, all those spices and everything. Right, so that's all mixed together. Making sure you scraped all the oats and everything from around the side. There you go, that looks like that. Luscious and sticky. Right, so now we want to add in our egg, which we want to lightly beat. There we go. So we add in our egg. And then we want our 2 teaspoons of milk. Let's find my magic spoons again, as usual. We want 2 teaspoons of milk. So there's 1, and there's 2. And then we want to mix that in as well. Give that a good mix. Make sure everything's combined and incorporated. Now, you'll find that this is a very wet mixture. It's very it's very easy to pour, okay? Which is absolutely fine, and that's exactly how it should be. Right. So now what you want to do is you want to get yourself a tin. Now, usually we would do this in a square 8cm diameter tin. I haven't, for some reason, can't find mine, so I'm just going to use a circular one. But we want to grease this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some baking parchment in, just to be on the safe side. Oh, remember what we said. Remember my hack from last time? Give it a good scrunch. And it helps you to get it in there better. So, we want to line our tin. With our baking parchment. Like so. And then we want to pour in our mixture. Making sure you've scraped all of your bowl. There's none left. There we go. Make sure it's gone all the way to the edge of your paper, like so. Not missing any spaces or gaps. No, there we go. Right. Tap. I might even give that a quick scrape actually. Making sure we've not missed any mixture. There we go. So, this then goes into your oven, which has been preheated, and this is a long, slow recipe, this one, so you want to put this one for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay, so in mine goes. And that's, don't forget, 140 degrees C, and I'll check back with you shortly when we're all done. Right guys, so this is my Parkin just out of the oven. You want to give it about 5 to 10 minutes to cool, and then you want to try and cut it up into your squares, which I'm going to do now, and I shall check back in with you later once I've cut it all up. Right everyone, so this is my Parkin all finished up. I've chopped it up into little squares. It looks absolutely delicious. Now, just a key point for you to remember, when you do get it out of the oven, you want to try and leave it in the tin for sort of 5 to 10 minutes to sort of rest, and then get it out, and then either serve it warm or leave it to cool. And it's said that it's best to leave it for about 2 to 3 days for the flavour to really enhance, but I can guarantee you that this is not going to last that long in my house. Hope you've loved the recipe and hope to see you back here soon.